Hey guys, Grandmaster Thorne here with the Edge Martial Arts. I'm the founder and the master instructor down here at the Edge, and I want to just give you some information on what our programs are about. And I want to start off with our skills program. So our skills program is ages 3 now. You could be an 8-year-old and be in there, that'd be fine. But the purpose of the skills program is essentially to take someone and teach them how to follow directions. It seems like a very simple task. I'm not going to make the people in our skills class into ninjas. They're not going to achieve black belt. They're not going to even do our belt system. The main goal is to teach them how to listen. That's probably one of the hardest skills to teach anyone. But if we can teach them how to listen and follow directions, right, then we can teach them anything. Anyone willing to listen and follow directions is going to learn something. So that's the purpose of our skills program. So a lot of times if we have a 3 or 4-year-old, they don't really have a lot of socialization or a lot of group activities. So having them in the classroom, they're kind of wild, they're kind of energetic. We get that. So the class is structured around that. We don't require a lot of slow mechanical work. We have them moving the whole time. The whole time we're learning to wait our turn, focus, stay in line, follow directions, listen for smaller level of mechanics, right? Be respectful, eyes on the teacher, those kinds of things. And ultimately what we would like as teachers is to get someone to learn to listen, follow directions, and then move them into our Dragons program. So that brings up our next program. Our next program is Dragons program. In our Dragons program, we have kids who are ages 5 plus. Now that means if you're 3 plus, you would start in skills. And if you have that focus we're looking for, then we would move you into this program, right? So this is 5 plus, but also there might be people from the previous program who have learned to focus and follow directions like a 5-year-old. Now, in this program, we're still working on focus and listening. We're doing that with adults too. But what we're starting to do now is we're starting to say, okay, let's see what kind of body mechanics, balance, core strengthening we can accomplish. This way the student can actually learn martial arts. So now we know someone that's capable of listening, following directions. We're starting to still build on that focus. And what we're trying to do now is teach you some mechanical martial arts motions. How do you get free from a wrist grab? How do we pivot on strikes? How do we balance on one foot so we can learn to kick? So now what we're trying to do is we're trying to develop the student into even a better listener, right? Develop the skills for the person to actually survive in our kids program. So our kids program will be the next program. This is for our kids who have the ability to balance on one foot, follow directions, listen, focus. Now, remember, we're still working on focus and listening. I understand that that's something we're still working well into our adult years. But this is someone who's ready to actually be able to follow mechanical steps and memorize these steps and then repeat them, right? So we can actually teach this person physical martial arts, not just discipline and life skill martial arts. So in our kids program, our focus is to get these kids to stand out in a school classroom as someone who is a martial artist. I would love it if the teachers could look at the kids in their classroom and pick out the students from our school because they are focused, they're holding still, they're listening, they're following directions, they're setting goals, they're accomplishing goals, right? They're understanding all of these things, and we're doing that through martial arts training. We also have a teen and adult program. So we actually do have our teens train with adults. And the reason we do that is because a teenager needs to start to develop that level of maturity where they can talk to adults. They're soon going to be in a workplace, hopefully, right? Or they're going to be at family functions. And you don't want the teens to not be able to interact with adults. Now, I think teens should hang out with teens. But as a teenager, we should start to have the maturity to be able to talk to an adult about specific things and come across as someone who's a little bit more mature. So, and our teens are really focused on trying to get them to act very mature for their age, right? We're starting to develop that physical sense of how to use their body. We're also working on self-defense. The actual physical self-defense becomes a lot more important as we start to reach those teen years because the physical threat that they may encounter is a lot more realistic than the physical threat they might encounter at age 6. 6, they're gonna get shoved, maybe hit. No one's gonna jump on top and beat them, right? As a teenager, that physical threat is a lot more. So again, we're starting to really train that self-defense training. We're trying to teach you things that work today, and you can use them in a situation in school or in the street where you have to defend yourself in a realistically dangerous situation, okay? With adults, we understand adults have a different focus. We want adults learning martial arts. We want them learning self-defense. The realistic threat they might run into, depending on whether they travel or they go out late at nighttime, is very high. So we want you to learn realistic self-defense, things that are easy, not jump spin kicks, things you can accomplish. But I also understand that a lot of adults are maybe looking just for a social activity. something to get themselves out of the house. Maybe they used to play sports and now they're looking for something to stay active and get back in shape. So we're going to have a little bit more of a workout focus with adults. We're going to try and get them moving more because they can also comprehend the physical side of martial arts. We can do more physical activity than we can sometimes with the kids because we're working on keeping them moving and learning, but the adults have captured the information a lot faster. So what we're looking at with an adult is we're going to try and build your flexibility a little bit more. We're going to build your core strength. We're going to build your balance back up because it may have dropped over the last couple of years, right? We're going to get you back in cardio shape. We're trying to help you burn a couple calories, and we're going to give you something fun to do when you're not at work, a little bit of a stress reliever, hit some pads, that kind of stuff. So that should hopefully kind of explain some more martial arts programs, the difference between them. We also do offer a jiu-jitsu program. So if that's something you're interested in training in, jiu-jitsu is a phenomenal martial arts style for dealing with a takedown, dealing with in close, really close combat, and specifically the ground combat. So if there's anyone you can think of who would benefit from these styles of programs, either be yourself or a child or even a friend, feel free to contact us, give us the information. We do have trial memberships where you can come in, just do a little taste of martial arts and see if we work well with you. So if you're interested in calling us, the phone number here is 651-351-7750, or visit our website, which is edgemn.com, as in the Edge Martial Arts in Minnesota. So edgemn.com. I thank you for listening to this video. It was kind of long. If there's any way that we can help you, give us a call. Thanks.